Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Thriller Dome, where it is electrifying in here as the top of the NE8 will be decided here tonight. The 4-0 in conference South Range Raiders hosting the 3-0 in conference Poland Bulldogs. DJ Yoakley, Tom Titus with you. This place is just magnificent. This is basketball the way we remember it back in our day.
Oh, I love it, man. Big crowd, electric night, two undefeated teams. It's going to be a fun one, no doubt about it. I love seeing everybody here tonight, both away and home team.
Obviously, special circumstances as the Ohio State Buckeyes facing off against the University of Texas here in just a little bit, but we've got some great action for you right now.
Got to take care of this one first, right?
Sure do. This one up, shot off the mark, and the Raiders will bring down the first board of the ball game. Back in the offensive set, right side. Lewis fires it across, and that's out of bounds.
Good look, good look.
You mentioned before, this is the first time in a long time, I think, South Range has actually had a little bit of maybe a size advantage.
Yeah, I was watching them warm up a little bit, and, across the board, I think we might be a little bit bigger than height-wise.
Who are some of the guys for Poland that maybe the South Range faithful not really accustomed to seeing?
Number 11, I think they probably would be accustomed to seeing the Tukalo kid.
Carmine Tukalo.
Yeah, he's a nice little player, nice young man, nice player. The Daly kid, I don't know much about him. I know he's the senior, but I don't remember him much from last year. So kind of see how they settle in tonight. And I think the team that can establish a good offensive possessions early on, I think will get a little bit of a lead here.
Sloppy start to the contest on both sides.
As if I said it out loud, right? Just got to settle in, let the nerves go by. It's let the nerves get out of here and then play your game. Play
For
some
the Raiders, what do they need to establish early?
Defense, they just got to stay aggressive. That's what they do really well. And we've been watching them all year. They just got to stay aggressive on the ball handlers and get in the lanes, get in the passing lanes. Got to keep an eye on 11. You can see if he gets hot and gets going, that's trouble for anybody. Outside of that, just play your game, right? Just talk, communicate, and play your game.
Ball moved inside out, shot up from the outside, off the front iron, no good. Brought down by the South Range Raiders. It's, of course, Luke Rowan, who's the record holder now for threes for South Range. And out of bounds, it'll stay with the Raiders.
Yeah, if Poland can get comfortable and make some passes like that, you can't allow them to have that kind of open looks for too long. They'll make those.
Inbound, Raiders split it out to the outside, shot up, no good, and back to Poland. So far, cold streak on both sides from the perimeter. Tukalo outside, he puts it up. This one's short of the mark. He gets his own rebound. Thinks about a second, bite at the apple, goes inside, and the foul is going to be in the trees.
And that's one of the things that South Range is going to have to do. They can't give them second chances. I know it's easier said than done, but just got to stay with your guy. Don't let them get second chances. Get possession of the basketball early on here and get good possessions on offense.
Spinning jumper. That one's up and good, and we've got ourselves the first bucket of the ball game as Jacob Hayes splashes one. Lewis brings it up for the Raiders. Starts left, crossover, right at the top of the key.
Both teams starting out in man-to-man defense. Just kind of establishing where they're at.
Nagy looking for three. That one's off the mark, and a rebound to the blue. Tukalo juking his way into the paint and cashes in, and it's a quick 4-0 run for Poland. Back the other way, quick look, Lewis, running point for the Raiders. Jimmy Powell in street clothes tonight, as you pointed out before the game, but the Raiders able to get their first points of the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to him before the game, find out what was going on. But there's been some sickness going through the entire school.
It's like,
just hoping everybody's okay.
Was it Notre Dame last night? They said the sickness went through the entire locker room. That's incredible. Talk about timing, right?
Right.
Still got it done.
I was going to say, it didn't look like it.
Head fake to the rack, shot
There you
up,
go.
and that one's going to roll. And just like that, a 4-0 run for South Range with Lewis contributing.
If it's this kind of pace, I think it would be beneficial to us to South Range to have this kind of pace of a game.
Grinded out type style and early going. Down in the trees, Nagy breaks it away. Lewis, the beneficiary. Nate kicks it over to the rack. No. Long pass to the corner. Shot is up. That one hops over the hoop. No good. Back the other direction. Transition. Defense to offense. They're going to say it's on the ground. If it was on the ground, why did he watch it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Lewis is going to pick up the foul.
I can never tell you what the guys in the stripes are thinking when they make what they make, but I also said I don't want to do that job, so.
Would never do it.
Yeah.
I like watching them and see, but like the whistle happened and they watched the ball go up. But is it like if it went in, they were going to punch it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't expect them to do my job, and
Nope.
I sure as heck can't do theirs.
Ooh, yeah, stepped out of bounds.
So South Range will pick up the basketball with 3:54 to go in quarter number one. 4-4 tie. Tom Titus, DJ Oakley with you. Thanks for joining us on the night of the semifinals, right?
Semifinals, yep. Texas home game,
Oh, boy.
right?
Oh, boy.
Here we go, Nikki Toy. Nice
Take.
job.
It's up and good. Toy cashes in. What a rotation Coach Carden has going. This shot up on the other end, and Poland responds.
A little bit of a track meet right now.
This is just punch, counter punch. You don't expect anything less from these
No,
two
I
teams when
know.
they get together.
You knew it was going to come out fast like this. Both teams playing. No, I mean, good ball movement, though, early on for both sides of the court.
Left side, near side. Swing it out. Toy down low. Shot up, and a foul. I don't think I've ever seen these bleachers filled up like this.
No, there's not a. We got ESPN here, too. Did you see that? I didn't know it was that big of a game. Had Luke Starkey down there
Love it.
running ESPN.
Of course he is. Runs everything else.
It's true.
I'm thinking Poland's just happy not to see him on the court.
That's right.
They've seen enough of him.
That's right.
So some substitutions for each side. Just a couple ticks under 3 minutes here. We got a 6-6 ball game. Probably not going to see a high-scoring game tonight.
I don't think so. I mean, it would. I'd be shocked if it was in the 60s. Either team, you know, high, maybe 50s, maybe mid to high 50s.
Wacky breaks the tie. 7-6 Raiders at the free throw line. Coach Carden pacing the sidelines. What a job he's done. Again, we talked about that rotation. Getting guys that are comfortable playing with each other. It's hard to do. Easy to talk about.
Yeah.
So much more challenging to do.
Got a lot of guys on the bench. There we go. Nice job.
Offensive foul will go against Poland. And opportunity knocks for South Range here.
Well, that's what you see when you get good ball pressure like that. You know, you tend to make the ball handler panic a little bit. And if you can make the ball handler panic, they usually make a mistake. And that was, that was a tough mistake right there on their end. Give us a charge and get us possession.
In a game like this, how important is rhythm? You know, like from one side to the next, just like that.
Yeah, very important. Very important. Rhythm is, you know, the game of basketball goes in runs. You know, you got some big runs in games, and if you can stop a run and get somebody out of rhythm, then you can kind of slow that down. But if you keep them in rhythm and they're running and running, then you can get in real trouble and you can be down real quick.
Nick Natoli got fouled, and Poland will maintain the basketball here, trying to look for the lead in this 7-6 contest. Tukalo moves it around inside and out of bounds to the Little State with the Bulldogs.
Both teams making a lot of substitutions early.
Coach Eric Fender trying to keep those legs fresh. He knows in a game like this you're going to need them down the stretch. And, yeah, that was They get Luke.
Yeah. Again, I don't comment much on the guys in stripes. I know most of these guys out here too, and they're good guys. Like I said, I wouldn't want that job.
I wondered how it was going to be. There's a lot of schools in this area because of the Ohio State game, moving their games up to like the 5:30 start like we had. Some of these officials, I'm not sure if they were necessarily prepared for that.
Right.
And were we going to have the official shortage we've been talking about for so long?
Well, I mean, some of these guys might not have gotten off of work, right?
Yep. Look at this. Rowan breaks it up defensively, tries to get the transition offensively, and Pullen comes away with it. Empty possession for the Raiders. The take. That one's off the mark. Second bite at the apple for the Bulldogs. That one's off the mark. Back the other way. Here come the Raiders.
Slow it down and get a nice possession right here. Big. You got a minute 30 on the clock in the first quarter, and South Range wants to have a real good possession here.
Again,
good open look.
This matchup for the top of the NE8.
And Poland's dropped into a little bit of a 3-2 now.
Down low, Raiders trying to win the battle in the paint. That one off the mark. Nagy able to get it. Outside jumper. That one's short. And a whistle will pause the play as well.
A lot of chatter from the ESPN bench over there, huh?
Graham picks up his second foul of the night. See, those guys think it's real easy to do what we do.
Right.
Nobody's listening to them.
No, exactly.
Clock down to a minute.
Attaboy.
And another takeaway for the Raiders. They'll bring it up, see what they can do this time, up by one. Lewis swings it to the left.
Poland sticks in that 3-2. Kind of pushing us away from the basket. So you got three guys up. So, we're probably looking to get the ball in the middle there or just give it to Luke and let him fire.
Rowan from deep. That one off the mark. Nagy goes back to Rowan. Shooter shoot. Shooter splash. The record breaker puts one up and puts one in 10-6.
What I just said about second chances right there. Give him a second chance. You're bound to. It's going to be good for the South Range Raiders.
20 seconds for the Bulldogs. Try to draw this a little closer. Tukalo, step back jumper. That one off the mark. Pulling with a rebound. Inside, knocked away. Here come the Raiders. Lewis, nice bounce pass. Back out. Rowan for three. Rowan off the mark. 1 second, no seconds, and that's going to do it for quarter number one.
That's a pretty high velocity quarter there, Mr. Yoakley.
Sure was. After one, we've got a score. Raiders 10, Bulldogs 6. Don't go. Back we come, quarter number two. South Range with a 10-6 advantage. Tom Titus, DJ Yoakley, Cam Titus with us as well.
He doesn't need any more love.
Oh, of course he does. Raiders looking to extend the lead here this time. Oh, boy. Toy mistook it for a football game, lowered the shoulder, and brought the boom.
I think he got nudged from behind, and I actually got to give that ref credit over there. He caught that one. He called that before the charge.
So the Raiders will maintain possession. Inbound to the corner. Shot up Nagy looking for three. That one no good. Pullen brings down the board. The Raiders contest, and do they pull away the basketball? No, they don't.
Ooh.
A foul is going to be called, and they're going to get
Nate
Lewis. So TT will check in. Tommy Titus.
2 on Nate. 2 early ones on Nate. It's tough when your point guard has to come out that quick.
Here comes Tukalo. Moves it to his left. Good coverage by the Raiders. Inside shot up, contested, and a foul. Luke Rowan quickly bounces off the bench to go to the scorer's table. Tommy Titus picks up his first foul.
Poland's getting downhill a little bit, just getting us off our, just kind of out of our stances. And when you don't get your whole body in the help side, they're going to call that kind of stuff every time.
First shot off the mark as Rowan returns. And McCulley returns for Poland. Shot is up. That one's good. 10-7 now. A one-score game if it's beyond the arc. Totally checks back in for the Bulldogs as well.
Poland goes back to man-to-man.
Titus crosses the stripe at mid-floor. Pick was, trying to go up and under. Nagy set the pick. Went the other way. Titus backs it off. Crossover dribble, looking to his left. Fires over.
Raiders in motion here, just looking for a good cutter, good ball reversal, get the defense moving one side of the court to the other.
Toy to Nagy. Probably not the first time you've heard that. Titus, who still gives Poland fans nightmares. Shot is up. Rowan gets it to go.
And look at it, like good ball movement right there. Just getting the defense off their feet a little bit and moving the ball around. You get a nice open look.
6:15 and ticking here in quarter number 2. Raiders trying to apply the pressure. And they do defensively. Hanging their hat. There's Toy to the rack. 2 more for the Raiders. 14-7. Maybe we are playing football.
That's a score, right?
And a quick whistle on the back end, the defensive end for South Range. And they're going to get Titus for his second. So you've got basically both your point guards sitting with 2 fouls apiece.
Yeah. I think they'll sacrifice 22 for 4.
Nagy approaching and really dialing in defense. Look at that.
Great job by Lukey.
Wow. He can do it on both ends, folks. Titus leans left, 3 ball up, just off to the right. Offensive board for the Raiders. Nagy now looking for 3. He gets it to go.
Big 3. That's a great run there for the South Range Raiders. And there it is, second chance ball movement.
There it is.
Pay your bills.
Back we come, just over 5 minutes to go. A 10-point lead for South Range, making the most of those second chances. Into the corner, Poland trying to close in this deficit. Tukalo. Spinning at the elbow, the shot up, that one denied. Second chance bucket's good for Poland. They can do it as well as Hayes cashes in his second bucket of the night.
Right place, right time. Those junk buckets, man, I love those players.
Round the horn go the Raiders. They go inside. Looked like an easy bunny and just could not get it to flush. Back the other way.
He didn't know he was going to be that open.
Is that one of the bigger challenges? Like you're going up expecting contact and there's nothing there?
Sometimes it is.
Toy into the corner. Nagy, 3. That one just too strong. Ooh. And a whistle.
That's a tough one.
See who they tag with this one.
That's Lukey. I think they're going to just get a little nudge in the back.
So Rowan picks up his first, team 4th. So with 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go in quarter number 2, Raiders up against it. The next foul on them, the Bulldogs will shoot the rest of the way.
Yeah, got to be careful. That new rule, man, even after 2 years, I'm still getting comfortable with it. But, yeah, got to be careful now. Every foul, they're going 2 shots at the line.
Tukalo, the sharpshooter.
And we might not make the Buckeyes game.
Hayes dishes it down low. That shot up and good. Big bucket for DeLumo. Raiders working it around the perimeter.
Motion, one side of the court to the other. Gets the defense off balance.
10-point lead is now down to 6. Rowan works it to his left, into the corner, shot up, that one off the mark, short, back to the Poland Bulldogs. Bulldogs working up the floor. Tukalo looking and just can't find anybody. There was a little bit of contact there as well, and Rowan puts the brakes on. He went to Midas.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah, that corner. 3 minutes to go.
And we're
Smart
going to get a
call.
timeout.
Yeah,
Yep.
Timeout.
Wasn't a whole lot Nagy was
No.
going to be able to do from that position. So timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. This one brought to you thanks to our friends. Back we come. 3:03 to go. 17-11. Raiders have the lead. Poland coming back.
You got some subs in there. You got Nick Toy. Graham came back in. Nate Lewis came back in.
Lewis has 2 fouls, so keep that in mind. As
I think Graham's got 2 as well.
I think you're right. Offense for South Range slowed down a little bit after that timeout. 3 ball up, no good. Tapped out of bounds.
Stay there.
Yep. I just can't get over this crowd.
I know.
I keep looking around thinking, okay, what are we waiting here for? I mean, this is incredible. You think that like Styx or Aerosmith's going to come out at halftime.
Nope, just the top 2 teams in the NE8.
Schedule this one 50 times a year.
Yeah. I think that both teams and both coaches would play it.
Lewis.
That's the thing. They're as competitive as these games are with each other. I think there's a lot of good spirit between the 2 teams.
Shot up outside. That one's good!
Big bucket by the freshman there.
Toy splashes from beyond the arc, and the Raiders back up by 9. This is live by the 3, die by the 3 for the Raiders right now. Good
We've had
defense.
a lot of open looks.
I love it. I love the long ball.
Steph Curry changed the game, didn't he?
Sure did. Tukalo, pull-up jumper from the line. That one no good. Second chance opportunity, and the Raiders defense steps up again. This time it's Toy.
Great long arm block there.
Dancing around the perimeter, Lewis looking for somebody.
Yeah.
Finally
a
gets
little
it
out
out.
of sorts the last 2 possessions, but they've got some good looks.
How much pressure do fouls put on you, even on the offensive side? I mean, it's got to be something you battle.
You just talked about it earlier, rhythm. I mean, it just takes you out of your rhythm when you're in and out of the game like that, and it's just hard to stay in the moment in the game. Nice pass.
Look down low, and
Nice pass by
McCulley
Tupu.
cashes in.
He sees the court very well. He's always had his head up. He's always looking.
7-point ball game, just about a minute to go. Lewis dances around, flips the basketball over, and a quick foul as Rowan draws it. That'll be foul number 2.
That's only 2 for them, so.
What a job the Raiders have done with 4 fouls with 4 minutes to
What
go.
did you say, 4 minutes? Yeah, they've done a nice job of just staying down in the stance, not reaching, not making those dumb boneheaded plays 20 feet away from the hoop that I hate as a coach. Those fouls drive me more nuts than anything.
Lewis trying to get past Tukalo, does with the pick. Switch off and back.
We have no reason to be in a rush here. 45 seconds into the half. Great pass.
Take, they're going to say it's on the ground. So now the 3rd foul on Poland, and this is Tukalo's 2nd. So that builds a little intrigue in this one.
Yeah, 2 point guards, they're not in foul trouble, but you don't want to get stupid and get your 3rd.
Around the perimeter, here comes Nagy, puts the brakes on, and it's swatted away back into the hands of Poland. Crossover dribble into the paint. Shot is up and good. And what did we get here?
Blocking on the N1.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a mystery, DJ. There's times where I think the charge is good, and there's times where I question it. I really thought his feet were set there.
They're going to get Graham for his 3rd. Jay Stefanson to the line. Titus back in the ball game. Stefanson can't cash in that 3rd.
So 25 seconds, you go on last shot here, I would think.
5-point lead for the Raiders. Chance for Poland as well. Titus. So smooth.
Good pass.
to the rack, and the foul is called. Coach Carden peeked around the bench.
Well, when you got guys out there that are in foul trouble, 7.8 seconds left, whoever's in foul trouble, you want to get them out of the game. There we go, 23. Nick Toy.
Gavin Hiscock's going to check in. Who else we have? That's Jason Vorshak.
Jason Vorshak, Gavin Nagy checking in. Or, I'm sorry, Gavin Hiscox.
Toy from the line, hits them both. Lead extended to 7. Poland looking for the last shot. Taking it down. Pass is rejected. Shot is up. It's good, and that's how we will end the first half. Poland gets a last-second bucket, and it's
That's a good half of basketball, man.
Sure is. 22-17. Doesn't get better than that. We'll take a break. Collect ourselves back in just a little bit. Back we come here in the Thriller Dome, and boy, has it lived up to the billing here tonight. DJ Yoakley, Tom Titus getting ready to start quarter number 3. The Raiders, 22-17 with a lead. What have you seen so far, Coach?
Hey, listen, Poland had a nice run at the end there to kind of get themselves a little bit of momentum. So as we said, kind of, if they can catch that fire and have a nice run to start this, we got ourselves a pretty good game. So when you got to have South Range establish on the offensive side of the basketball a couple more passes than one pass, one shot. You got to get a couple good possessions and share the basketball, move it around, right?
Poland comes up empty with 2 shots at the bucket right there. You and I were talking as we went to commercial break during halftime. That 2 points at the end there, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a whole lot, but down the stretch, that might feel like a little bit more than one bucket.
Yes, it does. Like I said, it's a momentum getter, right? And we see a team like that, if they get a nice momentum, then they're excited when they go into the locker room. And the energy is up, and they come out excited. And the first 3 minutes of the third quarter are very important in basketball. If South Range can establish a bigger lead, then they can probably take this game. But if Poland makes a run and gets the first 3 minutes and they win it, it could be a real good game, real tough game for South Range to win.
There's a lid on the bucket right now for the Raiders. They come up empty as well. Kind of a same start as we had in the first half between these two squads.
We called a low-scoring game, didn't we? 22-17 in the third quarter.
Sure
I call
did.
that a low-scoring game.
If we're not careful, this might be the way the Buckeyes and the Longhorns are playing.
Same thing with basketball. I think the first 2 possessions of each team in that game will tell you a lot about how that game's going to go.
Graham pulls it off the glass, and the Raiders get the ball back. Both teams coming up empty in the first minute of the third quarter. Toy checks to the right, goes left. The take inside, underneath, swatted away, and Poland goes quickly from defense to offense. Hayes takes it up, and he gets fouled. And a frustration foul, I think, for Luke Rowan as he just walks away.
Coast to coast there. Stop the ball handler early, and don't let him get to the hoop. Luke's second foul, so don't want to see those fouls, but he's not in foul trouble.
So 2 fouls on Rowan, the first for the Raiders here in the second half. And they'll go 1 of 2 from the line this trip down.
So
Lewis, I'm sorry, go ahead.
You carry that 2 points into the third quarter, and they're on a little run here.
Into the corner, Rowan all by his lonesome, shot up, that one off to the right, no good, and he gets dangerously close to his third foul there.
Very dangerous.
Whew.
You might have seen steam coming out of Coach Carden's ears there.
Bulldogs trying to find the beat. Tukula, pull-up jumper, that one off the mark and tipped away, and the Raiders will rebound it. Good job by Graham. Flip it out. Here's Toy. Looking for 3. The All-State quarterback unable to splash one.
We've got a lid on that hoop. Both teams got a lid. I don't know what the shooting percentages are right now, but they're not high.
They've went down since halftime.
You wouldn't be proud of that report card, would you?
Unless you're taking the C's that get degrees model. That's the one I had in high school.
I don't know if my dad coached me up on that or not. He said, just finish it, dang it.
That's it. Spinning jumper, and that one won't go either. McCauley off on the bucket. 5:34 ticking down. Lewis peeks to the left, looking for movement, gets it.
Okay.
On to the near side, they go under the bucket. Titus looking, puts it up and gets it to go. Tommy Titus in traffic. You teach your kids to play in traffic?
Yeah, I don't discourage it.
Depending on the day. So Nick Toy will get off the bench. Coach Carden.
That puts 22 at 3 fouls in the game.
Look to the heavens for a moment, did Coach Carden. And he's going to pull his freshman point guard out.
Nick Toy, leading scorer, subs in. He's got 7 right now.
It's a good thing we have you and Cam because those boards are not working right now. Open look, jumper, shot up and goes.
They're not going to miss them all.
Big bucket for Natoli. And it's a one-possession ball game here pending the Raider offense.
In South Range right now. See, now they jump into 2-3. Poland jumps into 2-3. Just try to get us out of our rhythm.
That is a long cross-court pass, out of bounds, batted, but lucky for South Range, it finds its way into the stands.
Yeah, I think they just got to be patient. Work the ball inside, outside. Be patient. You know, you're going to get an open look against the zone because if you're just moving the ball inside, outside, you're going to find an open look.
Jay Stefanson doing a great job defensively that last set for Poland. Raiders looking for any kind of penetration right now, any look, any open window.
You don't want to let Luke open down there. He'll shoot it from there.
In the paint, shot up, no good. Contact, no foul. Toy quickly back to defense, and he's going to get a foul call.
We're already at 3.
Yeah, this is.
And those are hustle fouls, DJ. Like, you know, I don't, as a coach, I have a hard time getting too upset about those because he's just hustling. And that, I mean, it's interesting. It's funny to say Tristan and hustling, right? I think he's in the dictionary.
Yeah. That's his middle name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tick under 4 minutes. Feels like Poland in control right now. They're down 3 on the scoreboard. They change it. No, that one's short. Back the other way. Man, I can only imagine the momentum that the Bulldogs would have had with that splash. Lewis flips it out. Uh-oh. Lost basketball somehow. Ends up in Toy's hands. The leading scorer on the floor right now. Takes it up. Can't get it to go. And a whistle will stop the play.
Followed his shot. We get second chance. Now we go to the line. I don't think they like that one, but I actually would agree with that.
So Daly picks up his first. Nope.
I think they called that one on Natoli.
You're right. Natoli gets it. That's his second.
Tough to take Tristan out of the game right now. He's working real hard on defense. But you put in number 11, who works equally as hard.
He's got some speed too.
Yeah.
The galloping ghost.
And that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to manage the ball handlers. You're going to have to stay aggressive, keep the pressure up on them. You see how we're picking them up about half court.
Is this just a game where both coaches say, we don't want this guy to score, we don't want this guy to score, and somebody else is going to have to beat us?
I mean, you could go into the game thinking that, but it's basketball, and, if you're moving well enough on the offensive side, you're going to get your shooters the open looks. But, yes, I think you can try to game plan that.
I mean, at this point, if you had Nick Toy and Jacob Hayes on your bingo card as leading scorers.
Yeah, you wouldn't have won that. I wouldn't have guessed that one.
Oh, there's Rowan from deep, and that one hops over the hoop again. No good. Tukalo coming down the other way with intent, and we got a whistle. down by the baseline.
But that's how smart 11 is. Tukalo, he's just a stop-start right there. He knew who was chasing him down and just did a nice job of, different paces with the ball in your hand, and you could just turn that defender into a foul.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Coach Fender has had that continuous rotating door off the bench. I've just saw 4 Raiders with their hands on their hips. And usually that is a telltale sign of exhaustion or just being tired. I mean, look right now.
Yeah. Well, Nate's always red because he works hard, but I said he's red from the first minute to the last minute. 2:40 to go. You got to have a good possession on offense.
And this is where the endurance should be at its peak right now, middle of the season.
Yep.
Shot up, Lewis looking for 3. That one no good.
We're seeing a lot of short. We're seeing a lot of good job. Good defense.
Tukalo taking it to the rack. Contact, no foul, out of bounds. It's going to go to the Raiders.
I think I think we started 2 weeks late. I still think we're a week or two away from getting full-on basketball shape.
Just a week back into school, right? So trying to get those.
The holiday hangover. I hated those games coming out of the holidays. I'm not much of a cookie eater, but you just
made out of marble up here.
Well, you're not in a rhythm. You're not in a groove.
Aikinen takes it to the rack, and he gets fouled from behind.
Find a seam. Luke found him on a nice little cut. And he just took his time down there. Got the foul. Now we got to knock him in.
Very rarely are you going to find a clean game when you have Poland and South Range playing anything. I mean, they could be playing chess, and it's going to be ugly. So you'll just take an ugly win in this scenario as they hit the first.
And you got to knock down your free throws. Such an important part of the game.
Graham hits them both.
Great job. And you see Tristan's trying to get Tukalo off his game a little bit, just trying to rush him a little.
Threw a Chuck Norris kick up there.
Out there, huh?
And that's just playing disruptor sometimes can be fun.
Yeah, I mean, ball pressure. Ball pressure does a lot. As long as you can contain the dribbler and you're not getting blown by. If you can apply good ball pressure, you can get the other team to panic.
I don't think anybody's enjoying this quite as much as your son right now. And I'm talking about the one up here.
He's enjoying it.
He is.
Locked in.
Yeah. This is incredible to watch. Rowan, head fake to the rack.
Great
off
take.
The glass and good.
Great take.
And I think that's the veteran's advantage. Rowan says, if you're not going to let me shoot the 3, I'll juke you out of your shoes and take it to the rack.
Well, he knows everybody out there is thinking he's going to shoot the 3, and he's got such a great IQ that, sometimes you got to do that. You got to keep them honest. You got to keep the defenders honest.
3 up, Tukalo. Oh, boy! Tukalo from another zip code splashes one and a timeout. 29-24. Poland right back in it just like that.
Shooters shoot.
We'll take a break. Here we go, 3-2. Back we come, just over a minute left to go in the third quarter. Tom Titus, DJ Yoakley, 29-24. Big 3 for Poland right before the break.
Yeah, and now that put them, they called a timeout. Now they're in a little 1-2-1, 1-2-2. Just, again, trying to get us out of our offensive rhythm.
Raiders take it to the rack. This one spit out like Boba Fett. Back the other way. Here comes Poland.
And that's what Poland wanted to do. They wanted to make us take a quick shot, and we did, and they get possession.
And a whistle. Coach Carden quickly spins to his bench, checks the back pocket for the cheat sheet.
The coordinates. The coordinates for the W.
I don't think there's a cheat sheet for a game like this.
No. You got to be a good in-game coach. And both coaches are good in-game coaches.
Yes, they are. You're talking about two of the best young coaches in the area.
Yeah. And 29-24 going into the fourth quarter here. Every single possession, every bucket really matters.
But you said free throws are crucial. And Tukalo goes 1 of 2 from the line that time.
Brady Kendall, number 2, checking into the game.
First time we've.
They stay with that full court, little 3-quarter court, 1-2-2, try to get us to to make a dumb pass.
And that's exactly what Poland, how they drew it up. Frustrating turnover for the Raiders, out of bounds, but now Poland has the door wide open in a 4-point contest.
Yeah, those are the ones where you just, once you get it over half court, you kind of see what they're going to settle into. And you don't want to necessarily attack the basketball hoop. Just see what Poland was going to settle into, but we didn't get an opportunity to do that.
Don't need a three here. A bucket
Nope.
does just exactly what they need, and Kobe, let's call it what it is. Tukalo, step back jumper. That was pretty.
That was nice. Yep. Yeah, you give them opportunities like that. Shooter's going to shoot.
2-point ball game. Raiders trying to move it in. Nagy to the rack. That one won't go. 2 seconds. 1 second. Shot up and deflected. What a great job defensively by McCauley to make sure that didn't go. We got a ball game, folks. I know you're ready for the Ohio State-Texas game. We've got a quarter you're not going to want to miss.
Nope.
Right after this. Back we come. Here we go. Quarter number 4, the one for all the marbles.
Here we go, man.
2-point ball game. Raiders have the lead and the basketball.
Important one right here. Important possession right here.
And just like that,
Jeez,
it is a
I should
tie.
shut up on this every time, man.
Poland pulls it away. Tukalo.
Great hustle by Gav. Ooh, that's a tough call.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that again.
The announcer's jinx. I love great student sections.
I know. When Luke told me they were doing that the other night, I said that's the perfect game for it.
Inbound. Tukalo. Far side. Peaks.
21 can shoot the rock too, so you don't want to let, be focused on 11 and not make sure you know where he's at.
Poland doing a job down low, and a foul going to be committed by the Raiders. And now the fans getting a little bit more vocal.
A little chippy. Chirpy.
So 2 quick fouls on South Range, not even a minute into the fourth.
Right. And that could be a factor.
Yeah, you said free throws could come down to it. And right now, good news is Poland has not been great at the line tonight.
No, but I got to imagine that they've worked on it. So
down the stretch, they're going to be they're always gamers, right?
Yeah.
You play Poland in anything, they're always getting in there. Natoli to the rack. That one too strong.
Second chance opportunities.
3. That one no good by Tukalo. Chased down by the Raiders, out of bounds. Who's it on?
Ooh.
We're off, I should say. This is not good.
Can't ask the guy that couldn't see it.
This is not a good idea.
They're gonna go jump ball.
This is not ideal.
No. Yep.
South Range.
No.
No, Poland.
Ball. Yeah, so if they're going to talk about it, it's not going South Range's way.
Wow. Hey, I heard these boos the other night on Netflix when Hulk Hogan came out. Not the same people, I would imagine.
No, I'm sure not.
Tossed up. Hayes is deflected by Rowan, and referees will stop it as it goes out of bounds to the Bulldogs.
You have 3 referees for a reason. You should be well positioned to be able to make that call. Both teams are having a hard time underneath out of bounds plays. It's just good defense on both sides of the court. A little chatter over there. Corner of the gym chatter from the stands.
That seems like the calm crowd. It's not even the student section.
Right. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know if that was a Poland guy or a South Range guy, but he's not going to watch the last 6 minutes and 51 seconds of this game.
Tossed. I didn't see the vested warrior, Donnie Farron.
No, that was a quick one. He took himself out of it.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what he wanted to do. He wanted to make sure he was home by the Buckeye time.
Yeah, that's right.
6:42 left in this one. And a traveling violation. And after about a minute of game time down in Poland's end, the Raiders are going to get the ball back.
Yes. Good defensive stop.
Still a 2-point ball game.
Ooh.
Heikkinen around the perimeter. Crossover dribble. He's going to take it himself. No, kicks it out into the corner. 3-ball up. That one short. Back to Poland. Hayes pulls down the board. Flips it out to Tukalo.
You can see a lot of shots coming up short right now. That's just legs.
It's a good read by Nate Lewis there. Almost got Tukalo to make a big mistake. Carmine has been excellent if he's been anything throughout his career. He's going to need a little bit more to get the edge against the Raiders here tonight. 3-ball up. That one rattles, doesn't
Great
go.
Rebound.
That was halfway down for the Bulldogs. Under 6 minutes to go.
Both teams getting shots, but just not falling.
The first 3 quarters are any roadmap. The second half of the quarter is going to be when the Nets give in. Turning jumper, that one goes. Look at Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
A little baby hook. However you can get it to drop, get it to drop.
4-point advantage for the burgundy and gold. Blue and white now. They're tasked with cutting this in. It's takeaway. Rowan, rack, 2.
Big stop right here. Game of runs, DJ.
Sure is. Right now, South Range with the momentum. The advantage is 33-27. Pull up, jump, no. Pass. Back out. Trying to get it to Tukalo, and the Raiders going to slow it down.
Yep, just be smart here. Got a couple real nice defensive possessions by South Range.
Lewis draws in a defender. Heads up. Takes the foul. What a job by Nagy. Heads up. High IQ basketball by the Galloping Ghost.
And what was that right there? Penetration by Nate Lewis, having the defense collapse on him, and Gavin just making a heck of a cut to the hoop.
That was a numbers game. I mean, Poland tried to steal, and all of a sudden it was backyard basketball, street basketball.
Call those save the towns. When you do a save the town on defense, when you're trying to steal the basketball, go the other way, and you're putting pressure on your team by doing it.
First shot by Nagy, good. Second shot on target as well. And with 4:41 to go in the ball game, the Raiders stretch the lead to 35-27. Poland needs a bucket here in the worst way.
Yes, they do.
Tukalo flips it to his right.
Great
and
job
it's
by
be
Nate.
Taken away, back the other direction, and a foul. Nate Lewis with a takeaway and a big one.
He never took his eyes off that ball right there. It was just a great and look at them. They're pumped up together. You know, that's what happens when you got energy on the defensive side of the ball. It helps your offense, and it brings you together as a team.
Toy to inbound it. Down low to the rack, shot up, no good. And basketball off of Poland, out of bounds.
Just get your fingertips on it, give it a chance.
And you can tell the blue and white supremely frustrated right now, and they're right next to that student section, so you got to imagine there's some birdies chirping.
Oh, yeah.
South Range inbounds it. Heikkinen into the corner. Shot up. 3-ball. Lewis couldn't get it to go. Poland, for the moment, has possession, and they'll take it away. Tukalo calms the waters. Looks for the pick. Gets it. Switch up. Tukalo for 3. That one falls. Carmine Tukalo keep Poland in the ball game.
He's
and
going
now
to do what he's going to do.
It's a 5-point deficit for Poland. Back we come. 3:55 to go in the ball game. A 5-point lead for South Range. But again, Poland kind of getting that momentum back as we head into the Final Four.
Big 3 right there. And you find number 11, Tukalo, and he's going to knock down shots.
Range moves it past the press. Crossover. TT gets it out. Reset for the Raiders momentarily. Lewis and Titus in there. A couple of ball handlers, and a foul is going to be committed by Poland.
Those are tough. You know, as a point guard, you got to know if you beat your man, I tell my boys all the time, all the kids I'm coaching, if you beat your man, make sure you cross that ball over because you got somebody coming to flick it behind you.
Here's the toughest part for Coach Fender. That's Tukalo's third.
Yes. But you can't take him out of the game.
Nope. You got to get
No,
creative.
not the way he scores. You can go offense, defense. He doesn't need to be out there defensively, but certainly need to have him out there offensively.
Titus, Rowan three. And that one off the mark. Rowan tries to chase it down. Poland will keep possession back the other way. That could have been the dagger.
Yeah.
Tukalo, though, oh so dangerous. Loses the basketball. Raiders pick it up.
Big stop. Tristan's playing he's doing a heck of a job on defense.
Lewis carries it across, gets it to Titus. Titus takes a peek, gets a pick. Towards the baseline he goes. Brings it back out. Raiders will reset.
You just got to handle the rock here. 2.5 to go. You know, if you're South Range, I don't know if you're in yellow motion, but you certainly want to take a really good shot if you take one.
Heikkinen gets the handoff, takes it to the rack. Shot is up, and they're going to say offensive foul. And Coach Carton says, I don't believe it. I'm pretty sure the assistant coach just literally picked up Nick Toy off the bench and carried him to the scorer's table.
4 fouls. You want to make sure he's good for the home stretch. And I mean, you're getting pretty darn close to the home stretch right now at 2:40 to go.
Probably see Heikkinen check back in
I think
about a minute.
End up going to offense, defense with him. You want him in there on the offensive side of the ball. He's going to give you second chance points.
Nagy going to prep himself to get back in the ball game as he prepares near the scorer's table. Tukalo, three,
great
no good.
Defense.
Looked like
Long
he forced
arm
that
Luke
one.
right there. Long arm Luke. He did a nice job right there. Good timeout by Coach Carden.
Coach Carden calls the timeout. We also will step aside. This break brought to you by our welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2:15 to go in the ball game. A 5-point ball game at that. Tom Titus, DJ Yoakley with you. Man, oh man, this one going to come down to some stretches.
It's a fun one. It's a fun one to coach in. It's a fun one to play in. Heck, it's a fun one to watch. So, you know, again, Poland sitting here. They're in a 3/4 court.
Ill-advised pass, and somehow the Raiders come out smelling like a rose.
I promise you, I was not going to say anything about possession there. I was just going to tell you what kind of defense they were in.
Jacob Hayes went down, and quickly Luke Rowan over to help him out.
Good sportsman.
Love it. I love seeing it.
And that's it. Again, they battle, and they pat each other at the end.
Basketball, most of these guys have probably played on the same squad at one point or another.
Oh, I'm sure if you're local and you're good, you're probably playing either AAU or some all-star stuff together. Yeah, we live in a small town, so you find each other and you might play some pickup ball against one another. I don't think there's enough just pickup basketball going on in today's game.
Oh, super! We got the
cleaning crew.
The old. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about. Remember the brown construction paper basically that doesn't soak anything up, it just pushes it around.
Not brawny at all.
No,
yeah.
that's just they changed the color to absolute bright white.
Right.
They're not fooling anybody.
Good hands by the assistant coach over there, though.
Well, yeah, he's the one that picked up Nick Toy and put him in a fireman carry on his back. Thought he was going to give him an attitude adjustment. Rowan covered up. Poland going to play some
run at him. Yeah,
tight
they're
defense.
trapping. They're running at the ball handlers. First pass, second pass trapping.
Inside, and a foul going to be called as Heikkinen tries to get to the rack.
Gavin Nagy's finding the gaps. He's finding those spots. Doing a good job of the zone is designed to put pressure on the basketball. But if you can move the ball quickly, you're going to find those gaps.
Third on Natoli and the fourth on Poland. So the next time, Raiders go to the line. And a foul on Nate Lewis here. So now things are going to get tight.
That's only Nate's third. He's been pretty good this whole this whole second half of staying out of foul trouble.
Here comes Nick Toy back onto the floor.
So Graham's got 4 fouls. You don't want him to get his 5th on the defensive side of the basketball. So you're going to see Nick and Graham probably do a lot of that offense-defense now.
Flip-flopping.
Yep.
Clock down to 1:45. Poland needs a bucket. Matter of fact, they need 2.
For them, 1 would be helpful right now. Nice backdoor
cut.
Yep.
Underneath and a bucket. And it's now a 1-possession ball game with 1:34 to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as 1:34 to go. A 1-possession ball game, 35-32 in favor of South Range. DJ Yoakley, Tom Titus with you. And boy, oh boy, we said it might come down to free throws. You might be dead on the nuts.
Partner, this is going to be a good one. Minute 30, and it's basketball, and 2 good teams here, 2 disciplined teams here. It's going to be a good one.
Down inside, back outside. Nagy thinks about shooting it.
Very
He says,
smart.
Way more valuable is that time coming off the clock.
So now they're putting Tristan Toy at the line here. I don't know what strategy. I guess that's the strategy. Try to find, and I think Tristan Toy he's a pretty good shooter. So see if this works out for Poland.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
As soon as he grabbed it, man, they went right at him.
First shot, and so far so good for Poland as Toy misses the front end. Nick Toy enters the game for the Range. Toy's second shot, too strong. No, it
and they didn't
goes
see it
in.
hit the wire.
It did hit the ladder, and Hayes pointed to it. That could be the difference, 36-32. 4-point lead, that's a big difference in this ball game.
And Poland doesn't have to rush. You know, they can move the basketball a little bit. They don't have to rush anything.
Can't lose it.
What South Range wants to do is get the ball in the non-ball handler's hands.
Tipped away, brought down by Rowan.
Now he's shooting too.
And one of the best shooters in the entire state goes to the line, shooting 2 free throws to, well, you want to say it ices this, but there's still opportunity. It would be a 2-score game.
Just got to knock him down.
Congratulations to Luke on his record-breaking performances.
Man.
My goodness, what a year he's having.
Yeah.
Certainly in
couple
the
of years, man.
running.
It's fun. Fun watching him.
Oh.
You know, and he wasn't focused on that, but it's going to happen when a good shooter just keeps shooting the ball.
Just
And
like
it's just going to happen. That's Kluchinski is, way back when. It's just a good shooter shooting.
Back the other way on the turnover. Raiders.
You got to give Tristan Toy just a heck of a job of ball hawking tonight against a very good basketball player in Tukalo.
This is very important for South Range as Lewis will go to the line. If he hits 2, this game is, well, most people are putting their jackets on. You said wait till you see how fast people get up from this game.
Start the truck, right? But, again, you can't leave, and that's good. He's knocking those down, but you can't leave 11 open. You can't leave Tukalo open. You can't leave 21 open, although he's not in the game right now. But you got to keep playing aggressive defense until zeros are on the clock.
Lewis. Got it.
Nice job.
40-32. Now there's a little bit of urgency needed for Tukalo and the Bulldogs. 3-ball up. That one good. Big bucket for Poland.
Big bucket there.
My goodness, we're going to keep it right here. 36.9 seconds remain. 40-35. That 3 was about as clutch as you can get.
You just can't, you got to know where everybody, because all the kids on the court, they're gonna be able to knock them down, and you can't focus on one. We got caught focusing on one kid right there, and allowed him to step in rhythm. He stepped in rhythm and knocked it down.
Michael Daly ended up splashing that last one. Want to give that young man his due. All right, you're down 5. You're on defense. What do? Send him to the line?
Yeah, you have to. You can't let that clock get down to under 30 without getting a foul right now. Yeah, you got to send him right to the line.
Clock management now for Poland defensively.
And you got 5 good shooters out. Again, I know Tristan missed those shots, but he puts a good stroke on the ball. He gets to the line again. He's going to make them. You go 4 across here. As soon as you just have to be strong with the basketball too. If you're South Range right now, you can't be weak with the basketball. You got to be strong with the basketball.
5-point advantage for South Range, and somehow Rowan burns off about 5 seconds off of that clock, which is vital time for Poland.
Yep. And South Range right now is going offense, defense. They're looking at trying to get their long arms and their strength in there on the defensive side of the ball, and on the offensive side of the ball, they want their knockdown shooters.
Rowan cashes in. I'll tell you what, if you're Poland, you cannot let 20 touch that ball.
No, especially in this fourth quarter. He's done a really nice job in this fourth quarter. He had a great shot fake and finish, and and now he's knocking down his free throws. That's senior leadership, buddy.
Lead extended 42-35. Poland needs another big bucket. They don't need it all, can't get it all at once. To the rack. That one deflected, blocked, back the other way. There's not much Poland can do now but foul, and they're going to get Nate Lewis, who's another great shooter.
Yep.
19.3 seconds left. And more Jackets are starting to, we're starting to see people file out.
Starting to see people. What is it, on ESPN tonight?
I believe so.
We got to listen to Herb Street.
I'll be watching the Pat McAfee broadcast, personally. My hero.
I don't know much about it. Is that the punter?
It's the punter. If you've never experienced him.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I wrote off ESPN when they did Tressel no good. When the Buckeyes had to fire Tressel. Probably last time I watched ESPN.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm done with them. Can't treat human beings like that.
14 seconds.
Oh.
And
boy.
Is that a late foul?
I don't know what that was, yeah. I don't think he liked the cheer, the start the buses cheer. Might have been offended by that.
Tough world nowadays.
That's right. Farron over there, he doesn't care how long people stay. He's not watching that game tonight.
No. Had a conversation with Mr. Farron before the game, and it was a short one.
Yeah.
I tried getting something out of him, and nope, he wasn't having it.
You're wearing the wrong sweatshirt for his household.
I know.
It's all right. They can have that game. We'll take this one and the next one.
Yeah.
But that's a hard pill to swallow as a Buckeye fan.
And the Raiders will dribble it out.
Dribble it out, man. Big game.
What a game. As Rowan makes things safe. Oh, is he going to try and dunk it? No. He started. I was like, what is he doing?
I don't know. Carton might have tackled him on that one if he tried to do that.
Oh, there's the rope guy.
There he is.
We see him on our screen, just going right to left. The biggest fan of the team up north. And tonight, another great fan of the South Range Raiders, where the Raiders tonight win 44-36. Your final thoughts?
Oh, that's a fun one. And it's going to be a fun one at their place, too, because they're going to they're going to have their crowd, and they're going to be pumped up. They're going to want to take us down. I love the two teams and their battle, and it could have gone either way tonight. And South Range just made clutch shots down the stretch and had great possessions. And, Poland had too many turnovers in the fourth quarter. And I think you're going to find Fender's going to go back and look at that tape, and he's going to be very frustrated by that number that he's going to have to look at.
All the Jackets are on right now.
This is a quick exit. Barron doesn't have to say don't walk on the court because everybody's leaving.
Everybody's going.
Who do you got, Buckeyes?
I'm taking the Buckeyes. Right. I don't think it's going to be a 7-point game like everybody else seems. I think it's going to be a 2-3-point game.
Really?
I really do. I think Texas is going to come out hot. They're going to try to establish that run because that's the only way they win.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I still think Ohio State just too hot right now. How about you?
I think so too. I want to say 3-touchdown Buckeye win, but I think Sarkisian's a good coach, and I think early on the first two possessions that Texas has offensively is going to tell you a lot about how the game's going to go.
Agreed.
And I think because they're very good scripters. Texas is a very good scripting team, and if they score those first two, Buckeyes are in for a good game.
One thing I'm going to guarantee is more than 53 yards rushing for Texas today.
Probably.
That's what I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
But You also have the top 10 in defensive pressure and top 10 in sacks in Ohio State. So Quinn Ewers, who was once a Buckeye, going to have to do some magic here if he wants to win compete for a national title.
That's right.
That's going to do it for us tonight. Your final score, South Range 44-36. They stay unbeaten in the NE8 and take that crown so far about halfway through the season. For Tom Titus, I'm DJ Yoakley. Stay safe, everybody. Enjoy the games tonight, and we'll see you once again on ysnlive.com. Good night. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.